Hello everybody, I hope everyone is doing well. This is my first video back in SA. I have recently came back from the Netherlands and I thought I'd make a video on how to cope with coming back to SA and just life abroad versus life in Cape Town. Well, I've been here for 4 days now. And first of all, welcome to Gabriella's Thoughts. This is a space where we can uplift and inspire, just connect and resonate with a lot of the things that we think and feel. Because you don't really know how much people is actually facing the same things you're facing. So with that being said, I decided this to make this video so that you can realize maybe you feel like you're not alone in your experience. I really, honestly, and truly, I've been finding it very difficult to figure out where my feelings are laying. Like, where is my feelings right now when it comes to just being here? I'm trying my best to just be grounded, to spend time with everyone, but then, like, these phases, I think, like, the phase one is like where you're like, okay, counting down the days. Then phase two is like, okay, I'm in the airplane, I don't know how it's gonna feel. Phase three is like excitement, acceleration, tears of joy, happiness to see your family after such a long time. And then phase five is like, what am I doing from here? And also, what, like, reality. It's like reality hits. It's not as safe here. It's your home, but it's like it's so difficult to be around. It's such an sometimes very hard realities that we face on a daily. We see people going through so much more, and life in Europe is like you don't face that. You don't face the feeling of like, oh, I'm not safe here, I can't walk here, I can't go there. Like, you feel at ease, you feel at peace, you feel a lot of things. And I've been trying to adjust my feelings accordingly to really make myself feel grounded in the present moment, to not get ahead of myself and just realize, okay, like, I am here and it is a blessing. I am grateful. And the sun is shining. I'm wearing short sleeves. So there is blessings to this. But like, if you need someone to make you understand, things has been very like, my feelings has been very weird for me. Like, a lot of changes and letting go of people that I've made connections with. It's quite quite difficult to actually continue your life, without allowing yourself to actually properly shed what you need to shed. And I think I'm at that point where I'm just like, damn, the harsh reality has hit me. And maybe not for all the other people that experience what I experience, but like life abroad and coming back, like, maybe they don't feel the same way I do. But like, for me, it's really hard because the feeling of like having to let go of people that you met alongside your journey, and just letting that shade, allowing a part of you to shade of what you once knew to be, which could have been like 2 weeks ago, allowing that version of you to shade, or also just emerging with all the versions of you and emerging as this new person that you built yourself to be. And it's kind of weird for me because I think I've been that type of person that has grew immensely on my journey being away from SA. Being away from everyone and everything that I knew has been a massive awakening and a massive gateway to growth. But like, the moment I touched down, spent time, got settled in, I was like, okay, this is actually what the feeling was. This is feeling what also inspired me to go. So now it's also like everything is like, you need to do this, you need to do that. But like, allowing myself to be here, to not only see a negative aspect. I'm trying my best not to. It's just the feelings that I feel. Like, allowing myself to actually be here, to feel the sun, and to just hear people speaking Xhosa, or hearing people speak like Afrikaans, or just like my people. That's a blessing in itself. But I think it's important to remind ourselves to not get part of that comfortability that you can get once you do go back to where you came from, because there's a reason, there's something that actually inspired you to get away from that. And now you're back here, and now you're like, okay, now it's up to me to just like continue to use everything that I've learned along my journey to the best of my capability, and to just keep on looking forward and to keep my head held up high, even if I feel difficult emotions, even if I don't even know where I'm feeling or what I'm feeling. Things are weird, man. Like, this is weird. Like, it's so a weird feeling to feel like that adjustment of being somewhere abroad and then coming back, and you're like, damn, like, what do I feel? It's weird. Like, I told my friends today, I feel a bit claustrophobic, um because particularly where I come from hasn't always been the easiest, but like navigating my own feelings through the difficulties can sometimes be really difficult. Like, keeping your head up high, or is it just like alchemizing everything and realizing, like, you're bigger than this, you're better than this, you've grew so much, and it's okay to feel the effects of that, but you can also feel like you really outgrew certain spaces and places and things and people, and it's like you just can't stand it. Like, I don't even have energy to speak, I don't have the words to say to the wrong crowd. I don't even want to be in the wrong crowd. I won't allow myself to be in the wrong crowd. Like, there's just too much differences and changes that I'm facing. And I'm also facing like a lot of just feelings as if like, will this pass? Will it pass? When is it gonna pass? But I also realized that I need to allow myself to feel the process of things, because I came to the realization yesterday when I was having a conversation with my mom, like, I don't allow myself to process things properly. And maybe that's you too. And I think with this journey, it's important to allow yourself to process as much as you need to. Allow yourself to go through whatever, and you don't need to be okay tomorrow. Your dips may come in 2 months, in a month. You'll still maybe feel like a effect of whatever it is that you're going through. But like, I think what's most important is that you allow yourself to feel whatever you feel, but then also use that feeling to become better. Like, alchemizing your pain, alchemizing the feelings. And like, I get it, sorry for the stable, sometimes it gets really difficult to continue to alchemize. Like, growth pains are real, growth hurts, growth is tough, growth is really difficult. But I think that's why we need to remind each other. Maybe that's why I feel like I need to make this video, so that somebody out there can actually relate to the feeling that I feel, or can actually relate to what I'm going through. But I think the best thing we can do for ourselves is to keep on pushing forward, to use everything we learned, and also just like use that as a small guideline steps for your own growth and where you want to be, because your mind outzoomed to so much more on earth and everything. There's so much more you're capable of, and you have already achieved it. And now coming back here, it's like you need to use that feeling of knowing there's much more, and this feeling of being at the place where you wanted to get away from. That is what you need to combine and use it in your capability to become the best version of you, and to not give up on your goals and your hopes and your dreams. Like, you need to make it into reality. It's not just going to happen for you, but you need to use that as motivation to just be there. So this is a very real topic. I feel like I can speak so much more about this, because it's such a valid thing, and I think a lot of people don't speak about it. But it's not all glorious days when you're overseas and you come back. It is actually a harsh reality that's like, shh, like, damn, like, yep. Maybe it's also because I'm older now, responsibility really lies in my hand, and I've learned a lot of that over this year. But it's really like, it's a really hard pill to swallow, but it's also an opportunity, to always like try our best. And I think, as hard as it is sometimes, it's also on the other side of the equation what we make it to be. It's allowing us ourselves to have the space for growth, for growing pains, and to just have the patience with ourselves to be where we want to be eventually, and not rush that process, but take our time with that process, and lean on God. That's all we can do. But I really hope this video helped someone. I am sending infinite love, so much blessings, and so much power. You can always let me know in the description box, I mean in the comment section, if there's any other recommendations that you want to hear from me. But yeah, take care, peace, and lots of love. Gabriella, so out.